Okay, this is instruction for the notebook project. We are on page 3 through question mark right here, where we're looking at the character sketches. You're going to create single pages for each of the following characters: Leonardo, Hero, Benedict, Beatrice, Don Pedro, and Don John. For each character on each of those pages, you're going to explain how the character is related or connected to other characters. So you want relatives, relationships, that kind of thing. So who is connected to who? And then you're going to copy lines from the play. This can be handwritten, or you can copy and paste from the internet, but you need the line numbers. Okay, so make sure you get those line numbers. Here's the notebook project. Okay, my favorite character is Beatrice, and our first paragraph is her connections to everyone else in the play. And so we're saying Beatrice is the niece of Leonardo and Hero's cousin. What else would be a relationship that she's had? Yeah, we have a hint, and we can say this. We have a hint that she's had a relationship with Benedict. There we go. Okay. Now, that's all we can really say about her at this point, because we've only met her one scene. And so this is the purpose of these character sketches, is that you trace the character all the way through. And so the only thing I'm going to have you guys do tonight is what you can of each of these. Okay? So are you going to be able to write much about Hero? Probably not. She doesn't say much. She's, for the first act. You can say something like from Claudio, though. What does Claudio say about her?
Short, like dark skin, like darker skin.
That was actually Benedict. She was too brown for a fair price. Yeah, that was Benedict. No, Claudio's in love, and he says, can the world buy such a jewel? That would be a good example of what Claudio thinks of her as, maybe he thinks she's pretty or something. So you can say something to that respect. So for Beatrice, though, I am going to go to Act 1, Scene 1. So everybody go with me. I want page 11, line 84. So those of you in your online text, you're looking for, "Oh Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease." Okay, so I want a copy of the quote, okay? Now, you can choose to do this however you want. If I was doing this at home, I'd get online, find an online text, copy and paste. But you still need the line numbers and all of that, so you'd have to look it up in your book. But just so you don't have to type it, you can copy and paste if you wish. That's your choice. But I'm going to write it down, so today you're going to have to copy it down because this is your freebie here. So, "Oh Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease." Yes. If you want. Yeah, I'm giving you like a disease. Okay, now it says he is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. I'm not real crazy about that part, so I'm going to leave that part out, but I do want God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it'll cost him 1,000 pound ere he be cured. The whole thing is just one great big wonderful insult.
So God help the noble Claudio if he have caught the Benedict. It will cost him £1,000 ere he be cured. And if you think about it, it's not that much to copy. It really isn't. It's not the long quotes like Hamlet, so. The other nice thing about this, having this recording, and I'll try to get it on YouTube and on My Big Campus by tonight, because then you guys can replay it if you kind of forget the directions and the sample and all that. Okay. So essentially then, let's kind of talk about what this quote means. What is Beatrice implying? Okay, so first of all, who is she talking about?
Claudio.
No. Well, she's kind of talking about Claudio and Benedict, but more so about who's she really talking about? Benedict, okay? Because she's insulting him, right? She's saying, oh, poor Claudio, he's caught Benedict, okay? Well, what do you guys think? Okay, what is Beatrice? What's going on with Beatrice? What does this explain? What do we learn about Beatrice from this quote? What do we learn? And you don't have to copy this down. This is in your directions. But I just want it in front of you about Beatrice. What do you say about a woman who calls a former lover a disease? What is, say it again, what?
I said it's a slap in the face.
Yeah, it's a slap in the face. Slap in whose face?
His
Yeah. So what do we learn about, I'm sorry, Erica?
She's bitter about Bridget.
She's bitter, okay? So we can definitely say Beatrice is bitter about her connection.
She wants to write this into the book.
After the quote, yeah.
So right now we write, what do we learn about Beatrice?
No, you don't have to write that question.
Just Beatrice.
I wrote it up there so you could have it in front of you. But you're just writing, Beatrice is bitter about her relationship with Benedict. Okay. Now, I said last period, I had said that she has an intense hatred for him. Okay, so I'm going to add that here. She has an intense hatred for him. However, Michelle brought up an interesting point. She said, "No, if you really hate somebody, why would you talk about him so much?" So, and Beatrice talks about Benedict a lot. So this, yeah, but you know, the fact that she talks about him so much might imply something. Okay, implies that she might still have feelings, yeah. That she still might have feelings. I mean, if we think about it, we don't really get that hurt from strangers who say mean things to us, do we? We don't really care. I mean, some jerk in the parking lot calls us, you know, some B-face name or whatever. We don't really care. We're just like, man, that guy's a jerk, whatever. Okay?
Whatever.
But if it's, it hurts a heck of a lot more when it's somebody you care about, that you've invested in, okay? And so you can see how Beatrice would have a lot more intense feelings about Benedict if she had had affection for him. She cared about him. She had a real relationship with him. That's, the biggest pain we feel is from those who are closest to us. Those who are closest to us can hurt us the most. And so it kind of makes sense that she's this angry about it. If he was just some random guy that she met once, it would just be, oh, he's a jerk, and she'd blow it off and go on with her day. But no, she goes on about Benedict forever, and so she might still have feelings about him. They were probably close.
Please just move on. Nothing there for her.
Well, we have no idea what Benedict supposedly did, Knowing a lot of women, it might have been blown out of proportion. And knowing men, he's probably clueless about what he supposedly did. So that's always a recipe for a lot of pain and disaster.
I've always wanted a relationship like that with a girl. We just insult each other all the time.
All right, so this is the example of a type of entry, and you're supposed to have 4 entries, okay? So for tonight's homework, I want you to do an entry for all the other characters, okay? Something along these lines. So one is done for you, and now you guys can go on and do your own.
More of these tonight?
Yes, you'll have more tonight. Okay, so any questions on this particular?
So we should do like Benedict and Don. Should we do Don John?
Uh-huh,
And then
Don
also
John.
do Claudia.
Yeah, you can do something for all of these. You can do at least one entry because we get a lot of information in these first 3 scenes. So Leonardo might be the weakest, other than he's generous. I mean, you can talk about being generous because he offers to put everybody up, that kind of thing. So